Hi Pisces, I'm Anisha. To know more about my work, you may visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. For those of you who are seeking deeper clarity, be it in your love lives or your career, for a personal consultation, you may write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. Pisces, welcome to a lovely November forecast. We have Mars that is going direct this month. We also have Mercury that goes direct this month. And then we have Jupiter and Pluto conjunct, followed with an eclipse season beginning end of the month. So let me break down the month for you. On 4th, we have Mercury that goes direct in your part of your chart that is all about joint finances. It is the house of your partner's income. It is also a house of power struggles and transformation. And this is joined with Venus over here, which is there till about 27th of the month. So it's a lovely time wherein Venus is going to be coming and softening conversations around joint finances, around maybe power struggle. You could be concerned about your partner's income, and there could also be concerns around taxes, loans, debts. On the 11th, we have Mercury that joins Sun in a part of your chart that is all about higher mind and consciousness. It is also the house of spirituality, and it is also the house where we want to expand our learning. So it's a great time to be applying for a new job. It's a great time to be applying for a higher education, universities, colleges. It's a good time to write. It's a great time to publish, to give lectures, take long or short trips, and communicate with people of different cultures who are associated with universities. Now, it's a great time that you could also be work-wise be dealing with people who are from different cultures, ethnicities, and you could be either be collaborating with them, or you could just be understanding as to how it is that they operate, what are their processes, and you could be imbibing those at your workplace. From the 8th to 12th, we have Pluto and Jupiter conjunct that is happening in your house of groups of friends. And this is also the house which is associated with people who have your vibe, who are your tribe, who have or who share similar goals as passions as you do. And it's specifically important during this time because we have Mars, which is going direct on the 14th of November in your house of earned income and self-worth. Now, since Jupiter and Pluto, they are uniting in Capricorn, they are going to be under the rulership of the serious and the steady gaze of Saturn, which is all about discipline, it's about responsibility, about limitations. And Saturn is going to be bringing tests that temper the potential excess and inflation of Jupiter. And Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn that are transiting through Capricorn are going to be bringing about lessons on maturity, on understanding, on responsibility. So this entire conjunct of Jupiter and Pluto is all about cultivating acceptance and as a natural cycle of life. There is, because the Capricornian elements are all about responsibility, it's about seriousness, and Pluto in any case he's the big champion of deconstruction of the old ways of doing, old habits of doing things, and it wants to bring about change. So if you have been dealing with people in a certain way, this is a time where you need to be changing, you need to be looking at it. Maybe some of you are too lax, maybe some of you are too aggressive, maybe you need to be changing the tone, maybe you need to be more assertive, maybe you need to be standing your ground. In some cases, maybe you need to be giving it more space and not take everything too personally. So the difficulties or the crisis that you endure during this entire conjunct that is there, it simply is bringing about revisions of what needs to be nurtured, what needs to be developed, and what needs to be shed, what it is that you need to get rid of completely. There is also a lot of focus on your professional life. You're being asked to be bold, you're being asked to be courageous, and it can be, it's encouraging you to connect with people who wish you well, who could literally be working as your earth angels, who could be your your support system. And it's a time to be authentic, it's a time to be authentic, and it's a time also to be overcoming any family pressures to be something that you're not. Pisces, depending, of course, what your rising is, or where your rising sign is, in which in which sign it is there specifically, it's important that you work on your inner strength during this Saturn and Pluto, Jupiter, the Capricornian energies around. It's a good window. It's a good opportunity to manifest something for yourself. To so set the intention, set the seed. If there is, if you feel really bogged down by family pressures to be in a certain way, to conform in a certain way, maybe you need to be balancing that. At work, similarly, if you feel that you are being overlooked, or you're being roughshod, or there is something that you need to be making a point about. So how it is that without ruffling feathers, that you can be assertive, or you can have your point, or how it is that you're not ignored. So it is important that you also present a solid source or force or foundation and support to others as well. It's not just that you are the one who's sitting and accepting things. Be willing to do that for others as well. On the 15th, we have a full moon that is there again in your house of higher mind and consciousness. And this is speaking about wanting to expand your mind by exploring new cultures, way of living, perspective, and you may no longer be happy or with the status quo. You may not want to do things the way that you may have been doing. You could be feeling more adventurous. You could be wanting to explore more things and do things more differently. So this house also rules the law. So it could be that some legal matters could come to play. Not a great time to be making long-term plans, Pisces. So don't commit something to yourself, which is not going to get over very quickly. So also don't try to do something which requires you to pay really close attention to details, like these huge legal documents. So take help over that. On the 22nd, we have Venus that comes to this house as well. And on the 27th, we have Sun that moves into your house of career and reputation. So some amount of accolades, some amount of credit, recognition towards your work, maybe growth of a career, maybe even a new job in certain cases. We're closing the month on the 30th with full moon lunar eclipse that is there in your house of your home. Could be a source of ending with a full moon lunar eclipse in this. You could finish a project with a house. You could settle a problem in the family. In certain cases, you could finish paying off a debt. You could finish paying off a loan. If you've been spending too much of time at home or at work, you may desire trying to equal the amount of time that you're sort of spending time with the family. You're not just completely caught up with the work, so it's asking for a balance, and the realization that there is no point in a personal life or in a professional life if your personal life is in a mess, and vice versa. And you may feel the need to detach and spend more time alone, but it's better to use this energy to open yourself and open your heart. Have the courage to be authentic, have the courage to be vulnerable, allow people inside so that you can have an authentic conversation. This house is also the house of spirituality. It's a karmic house. So a full moon over here, it could present situations that there is a feeling of karmas, a feeling of destiny that is there. You could be focused on where you're going in life and how you'll get there, and whether or not you're even on the right road to start with. So an opportune moment could arise, one which may sort of make you scratch your head and go, maybe I need to think this over. So don't rush into things, Pisces, and try not to attach yourself so much to whether it is feedback, whether it is people at work. Try to have a balance of the work and life. Don't sort of immerse yourself so much in work or in your personal life that you lose focus of the other. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Pisces. I'll see you again next month, and thank you so much for watching.